तो उसकी पॉलिसीज अलग होती हैं, कोई सैटरडे संडे छुट्टी देता है, कोई सिर्फ संडे को छुट्टी देता है, तो इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द पॉलिसी ऑफ द कंपनी. तो जिस तरीके से इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू टू नो द पॉलिसी ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन फॉर द कंपनी यू आर वर्किंग फॉर, similarly it's really very important for you to know the pharmaceutical policies in India. There are some grand organizations which form policies in India. Okay, just I'll give you, maybe you know about it, and a load of information. The internet is superfluous with information. You type in a keyword, even if it's incorrect, it will give you the correct answer, right? So some of the organizations we'll discuss here are CDSCO, which is Central Drugs Standard Control Organization. Established in 1940, it plays a crucial role in drafting policies for the pharmaceutical sector in India. Okay. The details can be done by you, but I will talk about 4 major functions of CDSCO. Okay. First one is the approval of drugs. It approves new drugs and it sets up the standards for clinical trials and quality control so that all these netizens of India, they have a good quality of healthcare and good quality of medications. They have the latest quality of medications. Okay. It also, the CDSCO, it also lays down drug standards and quality control of imported drugs. It also coordinates with state drug control organizations for uniform enforcement of the drugs and cosmetic acts. तो ये जो बॉडी है आपकी CDSCO, ये काम करती है in alignation with the state governments. State government की जो policies हैं, it should fall within the policies of within the national policy, है ना? Okay. Then the second body is NPPA, that is National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority. This one is latest. This one is 50 years younger than the previous one. It was established in 1997 by the government of India. This is the price control authority, you can say. It controls price for the drugs, for the pharmaceuticals. Okay. ये ensure करती है, this body ensures that essential medicines are available at reasonable price. Okay. I hope I'm making some sense to you. And then the third one, which I would like to highlight today, is Department of Pharmaceuticals. This falls under the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers of Government of India. This one is the latest one. It's the recent one. It was formed in the year 2008. और इसके 2 major functions हैं. पहला, to implement the policies. जो भी policies बनी हैं, it tries to enforce them. It tries to make sure that the policies are being followed. Okay. Then, दूसरी, it oversees. It oversees the pharmaceutical sector, including drug pricing, the production of the drugs, and the distribution of the drugs. Okay, I hope that's clear.
Yes, sir.
Now let's move on to the next slide. And this webinar particularly is designed on National Pharmaceuticals Policy 2023, because this one is the latest we have in context to India. Okay, and when you see the scenario of India and abroad, you'll find there is a huge difference. Okay, now let me give you an example. When I was in India, a simple formulation, like if you call it nasal saline, okay, nasal drops. So India में सिर्फ 60 रुपए की मिलती है, ठीक है. But जब मैं यहाँ आया, तो यहाँ वो मिलती है around 27 रियाल्स की. So 27 रियाल्स is around 600 rupees. और इंडिया में कितनी है? सिर्फ 60 रुपए, 60, 70, 80 maximum that can be. So you see the huge difference. In India we get it for 80 rupees and here we get it for 540 rupees. So it's a huge difference. क्यों होता है ऐसा? कैसे होता है ऐसा? It depends upon the policies. इंडिया में आप जाओगे, पेन किलर चाहिए, सीधे it will cut out these strips and give it to you. 2 गोली, 4 गोली. 2 tablets or 4 tablets, it can be handed over to you. But here you won't get loose tablets. They're going to give you entire packet. पूरी packet मिलेगी आपको, you have to buy it. They don't care you're going to use them or not. So all these things, the practice, the sale and purchase of drug, all these things depend upon national pharmaceutical policies of that particular country. Now, since we are in India, we are talking about India, we'll see the policies drafted for India. तो ये क्या है नेशनल फार्मास्यूटिकल पॉलिसी? ये है क्या? ये एक पॉलिसी है, पूरी पॉलिसी which covers the entire pharmaceutical industry and it aims to balance the need. कितनी जरूरत है, अफोर्डेबल मेडिसिन क्या क्या है और इनकी क्या जरूरत है, ओके, और इससे कितनी प्रॉफिट होनी चाहिए फार्मास्यूटिकल कंपनीज को, हाउ मच दी फार्मास्यूटिकल कंपनीज कैन अर्न. ओके, नाउ इंडिया इज अ वेरी कॉम्पिटिटिव मार्केट because of its huge consumer population. देखो हम लोग दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा आबादी में 1.4 billion. लेकिन this is not a shortcoming. The more hands you have with good brain, with great brains, with informed brain, we have more power. Okay, so we should join hands to understand the policy, to improve it, and to exploit the policy. I mean, exploit is a negative word, but I would say to take advantage of the policies. Okay? Exploitation, I'm saying in sense because most of us do not know about the policies and we don't know how we can be using the policies to make money. So let us see. The second objective of NPP 2023 is to remain a competitive market on a global scale by providing high quality healthcare solutions to others. Okay, because India is, according to my information, India is the third largest exporter of APIs, active pharmaceutical index. Number one remains the China. Here we go with some of the information about pharmaceutical companies in context of India. So as you see, India is the third largest pharmaceutical industry globally by volume. It means it sells. And you know how much we make money, how much money we make? We make a trade of 50 billion United States dollar. And we are exporting pharmaceuticals to around 200 countries. आपको ये जान के हैरानी होगी कि अफ्रीका के कई सारे ऐसे देश हैं जिनके नाम भी आपको नहीं पता, वहां भी हमारे फार्मास्यूटिकल कंपनीज हैं. And there are many companies, Rwanda, Uganda, Zambia, Tanzania. There are many places जहाँ पे मेरे colleagues जो हैं वहाँ पे as a country head काम कर रहे हैं and they are bringing the Indian pharmaceutical medicines there. Okay, so due to our supplies and due to the extensive volume of money and pharmaceutical drugs involved in the trade, we are known as the pharmacy of the world. We supply one of the cheapest drugs and APIs across the world. And we have some of the highly renowned pharmaceutical educational platforms as well as research institutes. Okay. Now, what is the need of this policy? Why we have NPP 2023 and why do we need it? देखो, पहली बात तो ये है कि we have challenges, right? In India we have challenges. In even कि अगर आम लोगों की बात करें तो they think twice before purchasing medicines. 2 बार सोचना होता है कि डॉक्टर के पास जाए ना जाए, कुछ ऐसी दवाइयाँ लिख दे या कुछ ऐसा बता दे. तो you know that barrier, that challenge to visit the doctor, okay, it's a drawback. ठीक है, तो इंडस्ट्री के लिए ये ड्रॉबैक क्या है? इंडस्ट्री के लिए, फार्मास्यूटिकल इंडस्ट्रीज ऑफ इंडिया के लिए ड्रॉबैक ये है कि इट फेसेस चैलेंजेस लाइक हाई इंपोर्ट डिपेंडेंस. ओके, एपीआईज के लिए वो इंपोर्ट भी करती हैं चीजें फ्रॉम चाइना, फ्रॉम सम अदर कंट्रीज. सो व्हेन वी आर इंपोर्टिंग, इट शोज दैट वी आर नॉट सफिशिएंट, वी आर नॉट सेल्फ सफिशिएंट. That is why we are trying to import some active pharmaceutical ingredients and some key starting materials that are required for the manufacture of drugs in our country. Now this policy, it aims to decrease. यहाँ हम लोग क्या करना चाह रहे हैं, imports को decrease करना चाहते हैं. जितना import decrease होगा, we will be more efficient and we will have better trade. Okay. Also, जो दूसरी पॉलिसीज हैं एनपीपी 2023 की, वो ये है कि ड्रग सिक्योरिटी हो, ज्यादा से ज्यादा ड्रग सिक्योरिटी हो. वी आर रिड्यूसिंग द इंपोर्ट डिपेंडेंस एंड वी बिल्ड डोमेस्टिक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कैपेसिटीज. इतनी दवा इंडिया में बन जाए कि दवा की प्राइसेस लो रहें और सबके लिए अफोर्डेबल रहे. ओके, आई होप दैट्स क्लियर. Then we move to vision. Okay, there are two things, vision and mission. Now, vision here is in context of the future.